Well, good morning, everybody. This is DearMamaSal on a very pretty Monday morning. It's 6 degrees here in southern British Columbia, which will make it 42 in American. And do I need to say any more? It's something ridiculous, like only 8 more Mondays until Christmas or something. We are on the wrong side of summer now, but well on our way to spring. We have only 138 days left to go until spring, and I'm looking at beautiful blue sky here, but in the distance I'm looking at very black clouds. So it looks like our non-rainy time has gone, and we're going to be back into typical Vancouver autumn weather. But I am very grateful for the weather we have. It's very mild by comparison, and not too hot, not too cold. Just a nice balance of things. So I hope you all had a good weekend, and I really wanted to thank all the DearMamaSal peeps who came onto the broadcast. We did an extra broadcast for Halloween, and what fun that was. I'm going to put some clips in here of some of the costumes, because they really were fun to see. Now, they played a trick on me, you know, because they do things like that to me. I went to sign on to the broadcast, and there's somebody sitting there, you know, in a Batwoman costume, and obviously knows me really well, and knows the peeps really well, and has this stunning smile, and I don't recognize the smile, and I don't recognize the background. You know, you sort of get used to people's environment when they come onto the broadcasts, if they choose to come up on camera. And not everybody does, and that's absolutely fine. But it's just like, this is obviously somebody who knows us really well, and I don't know that smile, and I don't know that background. Now, why is that? And then eventually it dawns on you that they're playing a game with me. And it turned out to be Ashley. And Ashley, I want to thank you for such a great present. It really was a delight to see you looking so well and laughing, and such a stunning smile. It was really great to see you, and I thank you for that. We had actually another really great discussion on Friday. Again, I have to say that the in-depth discussions that we have been having on Fridays, and we don't plan them, they just happen, just have been really quite exciting to a lot of people doing a lot of good work there, and really understanding their stuff. And one of the things that we were talking about, obviously, was our need for people to see us as we're not. Now, let me try and explain this, because I think quite a few of you will probably relate to it, that unfortunately, in the effort to try and be more adorable, more lovable, more whatever, it's human nature that we would put on a bit of a front. Maybe we dress better than we would normally dress, or we dress more sexily than we would normally dress, or we dress more whatever. Plus we are more compassionate than maybe we normally are, or we're more considerate than we normally are. So you put all these things into the mix, and what we were discussing was really that's selling the other person a lie when you get down to it. And if you've got to work that hard to get somebody to like you, then that's an insecurity, is what the bottom line was. And we were listening to some of the guys saying, well, they don't try that hard. And I'm not sure that that's true of all men, of course, because I've seen some men that really do try hard. So, but the question was, should we actually work less hard at being that likable and have faith in the fact that who we are is likable enough? Now, I know an awful lot of my viewers are either in long-term relationships or in relationships, and so this isn't of any value to you. But it is to those viewers who are single and trying to move on with their lives. Or maybe, have been married for a long while, and suddenly find themselves single again. And then we got into the discussion about have a look at why you pick your friends. What is it about your friends that you enjoy? And rather than look for the usual things that you look for in men, look for somebody who meets some of those needs. And one of the comments I was making, if you're somebody that likes to talk out your problems, you may want to make sure you've got somebody who's going to listen to them. Now, I know a lot of people say to me, well, that's what you have girlfriends for. But my reality is, it would be really nice. Now, my complaint was, I had a husband who all the time he was trying to convince me to marry him, listened well and played the part well. And boy, I don't know what happened. The moment we got married, it was like somebody flicked a switch. And it was totally, totally different. He did not have the time of day. I'm going, how come you had the time of day a month ago, but now suddenly you don't anymore? Well, the answer was he didn't feel he needed to try anymore, I guess. Very sad. We all have some great friends, hopefully. And so what I would do is encourage you to look at some of the qualities you enjoy in your friends. If your friends make you laugh, and that's why you enjoy them, then maybe that's what you want in a partner. Somebody who has a really good sense of humor and is amused by you rather than stunned by you. And delightfully amused. The one quality that came up time and time again over the weekend was trust. Somebody I can trust. Well, how do you find out if you can trust somebody? How did you find that out with your friends? And what does that look like to you? And it was interesting because somebody asked me, I made the comment, which was very cute, I spend so much time looking after everybody else, sort of thing. But who looks after me when I go down? And I said, no, I got people around me that care. And I've certainly got viewers that care big time, and care from a very loving place too. So you look at it and you go, we have, in this day and age, no need to be lonely. We have no need to really feel unloved. if we can be loved for who we are, then surely that's the idea. Isn't that what everybody keeps saying? I just want somebody to love me for who I am. Well, if you need to say that, that means that you probably tried too hard at the get-go. Make sense? Because what they bought wasn't the package of who you are. They bought the package of who you pretended to be, or who you went out of your way to be to keep them happy. And my comment about that was that that's when we realize that there is some sort of codependency going on, where we try to get people to love us, and if we fear that they don't, then we try harder and harder and harder, when really that's not a comfortable relationship, and nor is that love. So on that somber note, and it isn't really somber, I'm hoping that you can laugh at it and go, you know something, I understand that. It's time for me to do something different. And some people do it at work. You know, they pretend to be much more efficient or much more capable than they really are. You know, they take on more and more work and then end up in the Peter principle, as it's called, where you take on so much work that you end up not being able to do it properly, and reach the level of your own incompetence rather than competence. And that's what the Peter principle was all about in my day, a long time ago. How many people got promoted into the level of their incompetence rather than competence? So my thought for the day is, unlike Halloween, you're not that scary. Unlike Halloween, you don't need to wear the mask. Unlike Halloween, you don't need to put on globs and globs of makeup if that's not who you are. And if you can understand that, then you will grow. On a personal note, I'd like to thank all the viewers who were so kind to be there for me. I was not very well last week again, and I am going to be going back to the doctor this week to try and find out what on earth's going on. I don't think it's anything serious. I just think somehow or other my blood pressure is dipping too much, and that may or may not be true. But it certainly does take all my energy. On the good side, I didn't eat very much and lost a couple of pounds. And so I was beating up on myself, obviously, because I hadn't put the steps in, but the good news was, didn't do the steps, but lost the weight anyway. So, thank you, God. I appreciate that. However, I'm not going to go to that place that says, well, maybe it's better to be sick because I lose weight. No, I don't want to go there. So don't hear that, God. That is not my wish. All right, everybody, have a wonderful week. And be who you are. You will lose some friends. You will probably gain some as well. And if you want more friends, I repeat time and time again, get out of the house. Go do things where you can meet people. It won't guarantee you'll find a new friend, but you've got a much better chance. Unless they're lining up outside your door, you might want to go out and do things where people are looking for friends as well. You know, join a club, get a new hobby, go bird watching. I don't know what it is for you, but whatever it is, do something that will entertain your mind as well as your social needs. biggest problem we have in this day and age is we have cut out so much of our social life. All right, everybody, have a wonderful day. Have a wonderful week. This is DearMamaSal going, you're not that scary. Be kind to one another, but most of all, be kind to yourself. Bye-bye for now.